Good morning and welcome to the stream. My name is Faranox and this is Elite Dangerous. You'll forgive me, I'm still eating my breakfast, so I'm choking up a little bit. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water. And then get right into this. Recently, I built up a colony in Cole 285 sector SWG B2510, and I'm currently trying to flip this station, this Orbis that I built, so that it is in control by White Tip Operations, which is my squadron's faction. Currently, I'm in an election against the Interstellar Strike Force, so we're doing some missions this morning just to get that progressing towards White Tip control. I'm gonna go ahead and continue eating my breakfast while I begin flying out to do these missions. So if I'm quiet for extended periods of time, then please enjoy the wonderful music by Game Chops as I work on these as I work on these hull data missions and eat my breakfast. Hello, Sov. Nice to see you. There we go. Very nice. Oh, I forgot I didn't unmute the game. There we go. I know when I first got this station built, I was using that. I was using AFK farming as well to rack up some nice bounties in another system to bring here to work on the influence for White Tip before missions had popped up in my station. So there's a tip for you. If you ever need to start influencing a system before missions start showing up. Very nice. I can't see all of chat for some reason. There we go. As I said a minute ago, I am eating breakfast still. So if I'm quiet, it's probably because I'm chewing. Thank you for reminding me to check my standing in the CG. I am thankfully still in the top 25% with 20,000 tons delivered. Nothing to worry about there. Yeah, it's not going to go over that. Not in the last day. Certainly. Not in the last 2 days, I guess. As the minimum for getting into top 25 is 10.5 according to Inara, so yeah. I'm well in there. Nothing to lose, credits to gain. I've been loving the frequency of CGs recently. It's not every week, but it almost is. And it's almost always to a nice benefit, even if it's just credits. We're doing our missions today in a Type 11, typically a mining ship that's pretty well suited for just flying to small ports to deliver data and picking up black boxes out in deep space. I am particularly proud of my carbuncle. I'll tell you what, my I've really been enjoying my farming Type 8. It's got a prismatic shield. And I've been meaning to re-engineer it a little bit more for resistance. I may have already done that, but I've got it equipped with the prismatic shield and the Guardian Trident fighter. It almost never gets down below 80% shields in a low. It's been very, very good for that, especially with the Trident backing it up. In fact, it's seeing how the resistance engineering and how the fighter has been doing with the Type 10 that inspired my my Type 11 Hazres build, and I'm actually considering re-engineering this one to be it, because I think it'd be more fun to fly that way. Get it tested in some real combat and see how it does. Because the Type 11 is not a combat ship. Oh God. Turn those off, please. I can't see where I'm going. Go to the closer station first, preferably. I got a 2-hour time limit at Appleton, so easily can get both of these without hitting that limit. Okay, breakfast all done. Yeah, I enjoy this game, and I have to bounce off of it every once in a while, but I've been doing these missions in support of trying to flip this station in my colony recently, and it's nice when you have a good reason to just fall into missions and just do stuff for like a easily perceived goal. So much of this game is really just doing your own thing for the support of your own wallet. And while there are things you can do non-mission wise that absolutely help others, like even just working in your colonies, it's nice to do the BGS sometimes. Just any given reason you have to do the BGS. I feel like my voice is incredibly deep today, and it's making me feel bad. But I blame that on the compounding things because of the local storms. Barometric pressure changes really fuck me up, like both physically and mentally. It sucks. Which is why this is a makeup stream instead of having happened last night. But what I was saying was part of that has developed into the first few times I've actually done mining missions, which I'd mostly avoided, even though I enjoy mining. And I feel like I need to turn down my music. I feel like my mic isn't picking me up well enough. I feel like I'm going to ram into the station. Okay, adjusting things. One moment. Adjust. Okay. Wrong thing. Here we go. There we go. That should be better for everyone. I can hear my own thoughts again. Normally a problem. Not right now. I really enjoyed the mining missions, and I really enjoyed doing them in the Type 11. And it kind of makes me want to do more. I think so. We've discussed doing various different community events within your community, and we've talked about doing a mining event. And I actually think that just doing using the ED Tools and mining mission tracker to find some mining missions to wing up and do would actually be a lot of fun, rather than just tracking down some platinum or doing tritium mining for no other reason than to just fill our wallets. As these mining missions, usually wing missions, do pay out like, I've seen typically 36 million credits. And my cats are fighting. Y'all quit. Now is not the time for that. So that's a thought I've had. Hey. Okay, I have defused the cats, hopefully. If not, I'm going to lock them out. With the dog. Make them deal with Oakley. Who will mostly just stare at them and whine because he knows that they won't play with him. As much as he wants that. Just sitting here watching my boy cat become a contortionist, trying to decide if he's going to keep smacking his sister if he wants attention from me. He's so silly because he will turn himself into a pretzel with his butt sticking right up into the air and stare at me to try and get my attention so I'll pet him more. It's very silly. Okay. Now where to next? We've got 2 more. I believe they are in separate systems. 25 away and 27 away, so 25 it is. Oh! No, we'll take the extra time. I just don't want to be carrying all these black boxes while also stopping at other stations. I'm going to have so many to salvage. I need to not be chased by pirates the entire time I'm delivering messages. Hello, Sally. What now? Did that say Fuddruckers? I'm pretty sure that's a restaurant. Or like a small grocery chain like Trader Joe's. That's really funny. I need to look that up, actually. What the fuck is Fuddruckers? I know it's a thing. It is a hamburger restaurant. Apparently there's one in my state. One. No, there are 9 in my state, and not in the city that Google was trying to send me to. Where would be the closest one? I don't even know. Mostly in and around the big cities, big central cities. Huh. That's really funny. Why does Fuddruckers need a mining hub? Oh, is this an asteroid? Okay, I'm getting way too close to this planet. Yeah, no, it's an asteroid. It's got to be an asteroid base. Watch me slam into this ring because I tried to go faster. Thank God for Super Cruise Assist. It's not an asteroid. That sucks. It's right there in the rings. Or close enough to them, at least. That's a shame. That's a shame. Fuddruckers Mining Hub. That's wild. I love doing missions in colony space. I'm just surrounded by colonies that people have built and have these fun names. Just get to go fuck around in the area and see what you end up being sent to. It's kind of great. Okay. Next one is another 25 light years away. And then I can start picking up the black boxes. I love how this thing fucking purrs. Ugh. Elite Dangerous sound design is always so good. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, there's something I need to do. Whenever I stream Elite Dangerous, I try to make sure I do this. Is Elite Dangerous currently on sale? No. Oh well. Always worth checking, because it goes on sale so often. I love these that are moving so fast around the parent star that they're just hard to keep up with. Let me in, please. Let me in, let me in. Commander E-Drone. Okay, now we go do salvage. I've got a few black boxes to pick up. Let's see, closest one is going to be 22 light years away. Okay, so in this case, I'm looking for a system signal source. There it is. Oftentimes with these salvage missions, you don't actually need to go to a nav beacon to find them. Sometimes you do. And then you just coast on out. What do we got? I don't need the nav beacon data, thank you. I'm already on the way to it. Who'd have thought my mission objective was at my mission objective where I would find my mission objective? I brought 50 limpets because I knew I would over launch them 100%. Incoming enemy alert. That ain't gonna happen. We're not doing that in this ship, not right now. Maybe after I finish these, I'll go do some engineering. That could be fun. Go ahead and get this thing set up. Okay. 20 light years. And then probably that one. Nope. Yes, in fact. Okay. Good to know. Scoop deployed. Whoops. Okay, next one. No immediate signal found, so we're going to go to this compromised nav beacon, where I may get scanned by pirates while carrying these black boxes, but we're just going to run the fuck away, because that's what this ship is built for. I like being in a ship that's capable of combat when doing these kinds of things, but it's just like, I don't need the secondary objective. So we can do it in the mining ship that's not built for combat. Is it just one? Oh, I'm at the nav beacon. That's right. I'm not launching shit. I'm being very, very careful not to get scanned by pirates. That's what I'm doing. Get me out of here. Let me out, 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 let me out. Where are you? There you are. Leave a little good ways out there. And there's one of my first enemies, who hopefully will not fuck with me while I'm in the actual signal. Just a little bit more. Okay, he's already off the radar, probably flew into the sun. So I don't know what he's flying, but I couldn't fight back anyway. Not in this ship. What I need to do is get in my Cobra and alter it with a cargo rack and limpets. My carrier is elsewhere, so that makes that a little more difficult.
Mission objective detected. Cargo scope deployed. Programming loop and drill. Programming loop and drill. Mission objective complete. Incoming mission
Okay.
critical message.
Last stop.
Cargo scope retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Collect reward. Oh, it's here. What are you flying? No! I didn't realize they were here and attacking me. I wanted to see what they were flying. Oh well.
Mission objective detected.
Okay, once again. Signal source immediately found. Not too far away. And so far, the enemy has not yet found me again. Which I am fine with.
Incoming mission critical message.
Don't need it, because I'm already here.
Mission objective detected. Programming liquid fuel. Cargo ship deployed. Programming liquid fuel.
There we go. Last pickup, and then I can head back. And then I think we head to Shinrata, because I would like to re-engineer this thing. Oh, I explicitly picked the wrong one.
Mission critical message.
Let's go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Everything should be complete and sending me back to where I need to go. Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
On our way back to Wanderer's Reach. Considering that we may still have a villain on our tail. What happened? My inbox bugged out. That's fun. There we go. That was strange. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what we're trying to do. And there they are. What are you flying? Oh my god, a Cobra Mark IV. Well, we're not actually going to fight you. And we're going to end up being a lot faster than you. So, goodbye. I'm coming for you. No, you're not. I'm already gone. And just right back into Super Cruise Assist. You know, Pirate and a Cobra Mark IV gonna get me. What the hell? Is he back yet? There he is. I don't know. Erky could be a gender-neutral name. There they are. The Laisha brothers. Okay, he. Ain't gonna get me, though. Okay, y'all need to behave. Before I kick one of you out. I mean it.
Lakon, Foxtrot, Romeo, X-Ray. It's good to see you, Commander. Please enjoy your stay at this facility. Landing
Red.
denied. Resubmit request within range of station.
Red Space Station. I made that. I made that almost entirely by myself. It's so pretty. So pretty in red. Honk. Hello, Nappa. Good to see you. I can already tell the storms are wearing me down because I am already getting so tired. I've only been live for less than an hour. 10 minutes of that, the pre-show. Oh. Y'all, barometric pressure changes fuck me up so bad, and we're supposed to have on and off lightning storms for the next like 2 weeks. That is to say, thank you for your support of the channel, however you do, because it is very much appreciated and it's very hard for me to go live right now. I should have taken my Alka-Seltzer Plus before I started stream. I just realized I didn't do that, and I am all up in my sinuses right now. I'm going to run an ad and go get me some Alka-Seltzer Plus. Not sponsored. Because that would immediately help me be able to continue the stream, and I won't need to at least continue through the second hour. So, I'm going to go do that. Please enjoy the tunes, and we will be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. We're back. Hello. What amazing timing on my part. Let's see what other missions we can get. Nope, 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 nope. I already said what I was going to do next. We're going to go work on re-engineering this ship because I want to turn it into this battle miner that I built. Let me look up my specs and head towards Shinrarta. Jameson Memorial. Only 8 jumps away. That's fine. Type 11. We're going to rebuild this fucker. I mean, this is going to be a pretty significant rebuild. Okay, now I'm back. Oops, I forgot that I had the BRB screen.
Detachment complete. You are go for departure.
Okay, I have a problem. And it's going to require me to leave for a minute. I don't want to disclose because it's gross, but let's just say that another
The no-fire zone. This is traffic operations. Signing off.
complication of these local storms and the barometric pressure changes has arisen, and I have to step away once more. I'm going to go ahead and run another ad, and I'm just going to say thank you to those who are willing to sit through these and support the channel. It's better for me to go ahead and run them. Oh, I can't. I can't for another minute and 3 seconds. Hour and 3 minutes. That's... it won't let me do it. Okay. We won't run another ad, but I will be right back because I have to. And I'll see you in a moment. Okay, I have returned. Oh. Hello, folks. My name is Ferinox, and I am sick because I am of the age and state of disability where the barometric pressure changes from local storms fucks me up. And I have discovered an unfortunate new symptom to that I do not feel like talking about. And is not fun. But I'm feeling a little bit more energetic now. So I should be able to at least make it through my second hour of streaming and hit what I consider to be my minimum acceptable stream length. But welcome in, folks. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching ads. Whatever your support shows as, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, Blue. Hello, Phoenix. Hello, Phoenix Blue. It's good to see you. We were hanging out doing missions, and I suddenly just felt like, you know what? I'm flying my Type 11. Let's go and re-engineer it as the Type 11 Hazres build that I put together, which will not change its purpose as I'm currently flying it for message delivery, data deliveries, and salvage, but will make it so that I might actually be able to turn around and pop a Cobra Mark IV that's chasing me or something. And my cats are fighting again. Okay, time to throw one of them out. They have been fighting and pestering me and making noise the whole stream and not being cute about it. And so one of them gets to go out of the room and fend for themselves, because I cannot have them hissing and growling and screaming the entire time I'm streaming. I am not up for that. I'm not in the mood. I love my cats. They're precious creatures. Except when they get cabin fever while I'm streaming. I cannot open the door and let them roam through the other fourth of the house that they are willing to populate. I'm running into some very interesting system names this stream. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. Is it just Zemite? I have no idea. That is a weird name. I'm sure there's a proper, better pronunciation for that. Folks, I don't like to do this on stream, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. My father and I are both disabled, and we are very much in need of financial assistance and mutual aid right now. The only reason I'm going about this on stream today is because I need to get into our rent payment app, as we use Flex and pay our rent in 2 separate portions every month, and it has kicked me out so that I cannot, and I'm having trouble getting back into it so that I can use the little trick we do so that when he doesn't have enough money in his account, it won't automatically charge. We need like $400 before tomorrow. So if you're willing on Blue Sky, if you're on Blue Sky and willing to share that post, it's greatly appreciated, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in this app and prevent him from overdrafting right now, which I really need. It's just one of those things, right? Like, the storms are really screwing both of us up. My sinuses and my mental health are, like, always so much worse when it's storming. And then we top it off with something like this, and it's just a pain when I can't even do the things that help us survive just to stall for time. They say when it rains, it pours. When you're dealing with shit, it piles up. And when you can't deal with that shit because you don't have the means or can't get the help, it just keeps piling up. That's kind of where I am at this morning. I'm literally only streaming because I needed to do so. I have to work, even if I don't get much out of it right now. This is the only job I'm capable of doing, and so this is what we're doing with what time I can this morning. So this has been my cry for help, and I appreciate any support we can get in that. It doesn't matter if you can't donate. It doesn't matter if you don't have Blue Sky. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting the channel. I'm going to stop at this station because I need to refuel, and I do not have a fuel scoop on this ship. And then we're going to continue our progress towards Jameson's and see how far I can get on this engineering before my brain and my sinuses crap out again. This is why I like to have game chops and other nice music like this in the background, so that I can just go quiet and chill when I'm stressed. And that's my secret, Cap. I'm always stressed. There's just too many things to be worried about, and I've got anxiety on top of it, driving them through my brain over and over and over and over again. I didn't need to go into Starport Services. There we go. I have not been live with Elite in a while, so I do also want to say that right now I'm doing a giveaway in partnership with Sovereign VT, who I never shouted out and should. I'm doing a giveaway of naming rights for one facility in any of my colonized systems, including the one that I am currently doing missions to flip the main station of, in return for pictures of Spider-Man. I mean, of you delivering bio-waste in a Type 7 to Ronald Reagan Memorial in system I can't remember the name of right now, or any other memorial or station named as a memorial of, say, Ronald Reagan or Margaret Thatcher or any really fucking terrible dead person. If you post those screenshots in the thread here on Discord, on Blue Sky, you'll get entered to win. Right now we have no entries. If I can get 2 people to submit an entry, the giveaway will go on. Why would someone want... Yeah, right? You see a lot of really terrible people's names on fleet carriers and some of these colonized stations, and I just thought it would be a fun, very fun little, simple, not even that griefy, pride event to just go and drive a brick full of shit into these stations. You know, it doesn't have to have a profound effect. It doesn't have to drive the station into outbreak or lockdown or any such thing. Just take pictures of being in camaraderie with your fellow queers out there and possibly win a prize. You know what? Thank you so much for doing that, Phoenix. I'm one of those people, like, I've got enough to deal with. I don't have the energy to put into that kind of thing. And some people in other circumstances have told me that that's a shitty excuse and that it doesn't take that much energy to put in the effort to report such things. But it's like, okay, sure. I'm glad you have the privilege to have that energy. But at the same time, I am very, very, very thankful for the people that are able to do that. Because, yeah, even if nothing happens, at least the people in charge are being informed of these, if nothing else, just very rude things. It's so rude to memorialize and deify, is the word I'm going to use, even if it doesn't necessarily apply, these honestly horrible people. They know what they're doing. Yeah, they know what they're doing. Absolutely not. And I will, you know, and I won't ignore ignorance in the matter. Like, there are people who just don't know, but you have to know if you're making the effort to do that. If you're spending $3 to $5 in ARX to name a station after one of these people, war criminals, bigots, by at least the minimal margin in regard in Reagan's case alone, if anything. I don't want to get into a big rant on that, but I thought it'd be a fun thing if fellow queer commanders wanted to get naming rights for a station and have me name a certain station something, to just take a few pictures, buy a shitty unpopular ship and fill it with bio waste and do that. If you feel inclined to do that in Sci-Fi Sector CQYB3, my carrier is currently on station selling bio waste for 14 credits a ton to go and unload at the local Ronald Reagan Memorial. So there. I have so many things that I could rant about, but I'm trying not to make my streams ranty. I don't like being ranty. And I could rant about this, I could rant about mutual aid, I could rant about so many things. I don't want that to be this space, even if it's ranting against injustice and such things. It just feels too much like falling into the... It just feels too much like falling into the content cycle that a lot of the right-wing grifter channels do, is just ranting about things that don't need to be ranted about and stirring up anger and frustration and bigotry, which obviously I'm not doing by ranting about the things that affect me, but I just don't want my content to resemble that kind of stuff in any way. There are a lot of fleet carriers in that system. I think most of them are still just holdovers from the Lumans community goals. I honestly think so. I don't think most of them are there for any specific reason otherwise. Okay, first things first, I need to go underneath, refuel, and then get into here. And then I think we're going to end up making a lot of changes to this ship. I apologize if I can't see chat for a minute while I am looking at my Corellis page and trying to make this work. So apologies if I don't respond to anything in a brain work, rebooting, timely manner is what I was trying to say. Okay, that's a medium mining hardpoint. That's a medium mining hardpoint. This is going to be a size 2 beam laser. That is a small mining hardpoint. That is a small mining hardpoint. These are also going to be size 1 beam lasers. I'm going to leave the other slots empty because this build that I've created is meant to be capable of core mining, and I don't do core mining. I will not be bothering with that. I've got 4 shield boosters. They're all heavy duty. I don't need them to all be heavy duty. In fact, I need 3 of them to be resistance. So, we're going to re-engineer those in a minute. But first, I'm just going to put this one away. No, I'll replace it with a basic heatsink launcher, and I'm not going to engineer it right now. Because I have so many serious heatsink launchers that I want on this thing, and they're all in my carrier, and I don't want to move them right now. So we'll store this one, replace it with a regular heatsink launcher, because that's fine. Core internals. I need military grade. We're going to sell this engineered lightweight. You know what? No. I'm going to keep it. On the off chance that I buy another Type 11 at some point, I can just switch that one on and sell the shitty one that I'm not using. We have an engineered 6A power plant. It is currently overcharged 2. I want to change that to armored 5 with monstered. Okay, but either way, I don't need to buy a new one of those. Obviously, I don't need to buy new thrusters. Frame shift drive shouldn't have changed any. Nope. Life support. Yeah, okay, we're good on core. We're good on all core internals except for the armor, so that's great. Now, 2 6A cargo racks. I'm changing this prismatic generator into a biweave, because the purpose of this build is not to get into direct combat, but really to support the fighter. And in supporting the fighter, I want to be taking as few hits as I can, if possible. Even so, I want to rather be able to take a few hits and turn around and run and recharge my shields faster than, say, keep on taking hits. Or how I would do it with brain fart. How I would do it with a prismatic. Now, what have I got going on here? So I've got my prospector. And my refinery. What did I do here that's weird? Detailed surface scanner. That's what I'm missing. Okay, I see what I've done. Now we change it. I made a mistake. And that is fine. Because I actually want a bigger prospector anyway. And then detailed surface scanner. This is just a basic one. That's fine. Okay. Everything else should match, except that I am now adding a fighter hangar, which I did not have before. Now, I cannot get the fighter that I want here, can I? No. Yes, I can. Oh, thank God. Okay, sweet. So I can get my trident. Now, I didn't mean to back out, so let me double check everything. So we've got our cargo, which I don't have any spare 6s of the higher engineered one. I've got 5B, 5B, 3C. Okay, got refinery, got 3A prospector, got detailed surface scanner. We've got our heat sink launcher, we've got our beam lasers. Good. I don't have to go very far to do the engineering that I need. I need to be able to... Okay, so here's the question that I have. What engineering do I have pinned? I do have resistance boosted pinned. What about shields? I have reinforced pinned, which is what I want. So I can go to anyone who can do shields and shield boosters in order to do that. And then I need to go to armor, and then I need to go to beams, as I do not have any beams pinned. I don't have any armor pinned either. That's funny. Okay. In a moment, I will be back where I can see the chat. Doesn't matter who I go to as far as shields go, because the only two people that do both do grade 5 of either. So what I need to know is who is closest to me right now. My primary concern is my power plant to grade 5. For that, I do need the power plant person, who is Haratani. So I need Heratani, the Dweller, who is actually the closest right now. No. Or Didi. Didi is actually closest. So Didi is who I need to go to first. Okay. Good to know. I'm back where I can see chat. Okay, you know what? Maybe I just didn't know that that was a thing. Maybe I didn't know that that was a actual available thing. Let's double check. Collect your limpets. Is it a specific type of module? Is it a... Is it a multi-limpet controller? Okay. Let me go look at my 3C again. This is the mining multi-limpet. Other mining multi-limpet. Mark II mining multi-limpet. It's a 5A. Huh. Yeah, I also do the separate prospector. I like to have a 3 because I like to have 2 limpets to spare, although I've mostly been trying not to do that recently. I guess I just never caught on to this one. So we'll go ahead and swap that out. Thank you, Phoenix, for reminding me that that exists. So that will help quite a bit. That's a thing I should have had this whole time. Okay. So off to Heratani. I don't have to do a lot of engineering for this, but I do have to do that. And it's not the Dweller that I need to go to. It's Brute Harkin. I gotta remember that. It's not the Dweller. I'm not doing tier 3 beams or whatever he does. Vitterman. Let's go. 3 jumps. I can do that without a fuel scoop. How much? 12 limpets. I think I'll keep it the way I've got it because the cargo rate that I've got in this ship is not bad for my preferences. And I would much rather have the more limpets so that I'm not sitting there waiting as long. Because I just get too impatient when I'm mining a lot of the time and I don't sit long enough, and I will sometimes fly out of range. Even just looking for the next rock. It's part of why I have the mining lance on here, is so that I can look for the next rock while I'm still collecting. So having the extra limpets will help me with my preferential way of mining. But thank you for that tip, because maybe I will consider that later on. I should change that in the build. There we go. Now that I've got the build updated, I need to post it in a couple of places that I have posted it previously. This jump started. Okay. We'll do. Maybe we'll have time to test that. Once I have a chance to test it, yeah, we'll see. And for that matter, maybe I'll end up using one of my bigger size 5s, because I do have a spare size 5 rack I could use. Once I strip a few things off of my Type 7, that I built exclusively for this shipwreck situation. I'm still carrying limpets. No, I'm not. Thank God. No, I am. What is happening? No, my cargo capacity is just being weird. What is happening here? Yeah, I still have limpets. That's slowing me down. Get rid of those.
Frameshift drive charging.
May have jumped too close to the sun. No, we're fine. Okay, at Vitterman. Let's get these shields engineered. I don't need to do that. We're so close to here. I just need to slow down. You know what I did not do is in making those changes, I did not check the power situation. Can I actually support these power changes? Yes. Yes, by a long shot. Oh, we're good. We're fine. That's nice. I have 3 beam lasers. Wait, I have 3 beam lasers on here. Did I fuck up? Did I miscount? We'll check that in a second. I might have to go find another size 1 beam laser. We'll figure it out in a minute. And most likely I won't bother to get it until I'm heading toward Brew anyway.
Orbital flight engaged.
It might be a little shallower than I would like, but that's okay. Let's actually pitch it up just a little bit, and then I'll tilt down as we get closer.
LACOM Foxtrot Romeo X-ray. Automated flight control protocol initiated. Please submit a request prior to landing. Docking permission authorized. You may proceed to landing pad 02.
Landing gear deployed.
Ugh.
Docking procedure completed. Ship secured. Greetings,
Okay, we are
Commander.
here to get the fast charge experimental on these shields. Done. We are here to change these into resistance augmented and get the experimentals on them. So for the first one, I do want thermal block. For the second and third, I want supercapacitors. And did I just get blast resistance? Whoops. Oopsie. All I'm doing is wasting low tier materials. That's fine. Try that again. This should largely result in a higher survivability if I'm actually in combat, if not under sustained fire. So we'll finish engineering all of this later. Right now we continue on the track to different locations. Because I have the things I need to finish those penned. We are now looking for Heratani or Brutarkin or Celine Jean. So double check here real quick. Celine Jean it is. Hers is always the hardest one to find in my bookmarks. Because I have to explicitly look at the smallest portion of text for 3 letters. 5 jumps. Can I make all 5 of those jumps? Yes. Okay. Double check and refuel in anyway, and then head back off to get our armor engineered, which will weigh us down some more and make the rest of this mission a little more cumbersome, but that will be fine.
Ship released. Departure authorized.
Get off this planet.
Friendship drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Friendship drive charging.
So far, we've still got a pretty decent jump range. I still need to add that 3rd beam. I still need to just check my outfitting again. When I land next, I need to check my outfitting again. I missed something somewhere. I actually do really like flying this ship. It is a very good ship. I think it hits all the marks that it's supposed to fit.
Drive charging.
Right? Like, This ship is why I've even done mining missions, but to be able to take it out on like data delivery and salvage missions as well, it feels good. It feels right. And that's part of why I'm going ahead and doing this engineering. I never intend to take this thing into a Haz-Res, but I built this build. I put this build together for someone else who was asking about that and thought, I could use it. It'd be nice to have some weapons and some survivability if I'm doing these courier missions and I end up having to fight a Cobra 4 or something. I wouldn't take it up against an Anaconda. But on a long enough timeline of letting my fighter do its work and mostly evading my shields dropping, I could probably kill an Anaconda in this thing with the build I'm going for. Again, it's mostly leaning on the Guardian Trident fighter to do that, but it's doable. Again, it just take a while. And a better pilot could probably do it better with better outfitting. But I would say fighting an Anaconda from one of those missions in this ship would be akin to fighting a Thargoid for me. Specifically in this ship. I don't know. When the time comes, if I'm up against an Anaconda while doing a courier mission in this thing, I'd probably fight it. And just see how I do. Hopefully when all the engineering and stuff on this one is done, that'll be a viable thing. I'm so tempted now to put a multi-cannon on it and throw some corrosive on there. It's tempting. It's not what it's meant for, but it's tempting. It would help. It would help with the kill. What if I didn't add a third beam laser? What if I added a multi-cannon? Anyway, it is a very nice, fun ship to fly. I actually really enjoy it. And that's especially saying something because I do not like offset cockpits of like the Cobra 3 and the Pythons. But I don't mind it in this ship. It just feels natural. Like I'm flying a fucking backhoe or heavy machinery as it is intended to feel, because that's what this ship was definitely designed to resemble and feel like. The way they designed the cockpit in this thing doesn't feel offset. Even though it very much is, it still feels like the center of the ship, even though it's not symmetrical at all. And I think they've done a good job in doing it like that. I'm going to fly by the sun real quick to slow myself down while I make my way to this planet, because I did not slow down soon enough. And just skim those gravity wells real quick. I feel a sneeze coming. Now to find out if it actually is going to follow through or just tease me. I think it was just going to tease me. Those teasing sneezes are always worse when your sinuses are already on alert. And now it's just cascading through my whole face again. Oh. And now we're playing with one eye because of how that sneeze made my other eye feel. I love having a functional body that does things correctly and doesn't cause me constant discomfort. Oh, wait. Couldn't be me. Okie dokie. Landing for armor engineering.
Nikon Foxtrot Romeo X-ray.
I'm going to go straight down into the bay because I need to check and see if I am in fact missing a weapon or if something is wrong in my speculations and build crafting. If I'm still feeling like this by the time I'm done with this engineer, I might go ahead and stop. Because we are nearing the 2-hour mark, and this feeling is not going away.
Down complete. Engaging ship restraints. Your arrival has been noted.
Okay, armor. Full on heavy duty. If my shields go down, I need enough armor for me to get the fuck out of there. At least fuck off into the asteroids until... Or fuck off away from the other ship if I'm not in an asteroid belt. For my shields to come back up. I'll tell y'all a trick, and some of you might know it. I'll tell you a trick that Sovereign VT taught me, and it is one of those things that it feels like, as a veteran commander, I should have already known. But most of the time, and it doesn't happen all the time, there are some circumstances that prevent it that I don't understand. If you reboot and repair, your shields will come back up to 50%. This can be done in combat. If your shields go down and you get far enough away from your enemy, out of firing range, you can repair and reboot and turn right back around with 50% shields instead of broken shields. It has saved me so many times. It is such a nice thing to know. I'm so glad I learned it. Okay, let me double check this. No, I did get 3. No, I put this laser on the wrong slot. That's why it didn't look like I had an extra slot for that. I've got an extra gun slot. I put that one there because of that placement right there. That's why I did that. But that's also in the center, isn't it? It looks like it's in the center. It is. So I could have something else in that top slot. That's nice. Oh, are either of those on either side of the other mining slot? Huh. That's nice. That's well designed. Okay, so here's the question. Do I put another beam laser here? Why? Why does Celine Jean have a retributor and no other beam lasers available? Is it because of the system and the stuff? That's weird. Funny, but weird. That's funny. My big primary thing is I want to be able to rip down shields. And also repair the shields of my fighter. If I added a multi-cannon, it would complicate my fire groups. Is it worth complicating my fire groups in order to have a multi-cannon? My deal is just breaking the shields down so the fighter can use its absolute damage weapon to kill the hull. In order to do that, I would probably need to pull aggro, and in the process of that, I would need to disengage after the shields are down to recharge my shields. At which point, hopefully, the fighter will regain aggro and I can turn around and recharge its shields and stay out of being the target. I think we're going to stick to 3 beams. I think that is the better tactical choice for the purposes of this build. So with that said, feeling a little tiny bit better. I'm gonna see how that carries over to continuing this. So we've done our shields, we've done our hull. I still need power plant, which is Heratani, and beams, which is Brue Tarkin. Who am I gonna see first? Brue, and then Hera. Okay. Let's go to Brue. No, I'm going to have to call it there, folks. I can feel all the awfulness building up in my face, and it's not just my sinuses, so I need to go ahead and stop and probably take some different medications. Thank you, Phoenix, for all your suggestions. I will absolutely finish this build and test it and see if I feel comfortable with that extra cargo rack. Thank you, Sov and Sally, for swinging by and lurking. I very much appreciate that. We are going to raid out to friend of the channel, Tiberius Skywalker. I should be following. Hello, raid finder thing, Amajig. Yep, we're gonna raid out to Tiberius Skywalker, who's playing The Lift. And is a friend and supporter of the channel. Thank you so much, folks, for hanging out and supporting the channel and supporting me on Blue Sky and whatever have you. Whatever your support looks like, it is very, very, very much appreciated. I will be back tomorrow evening with Ragnarok Online with other friend of the channel, Grandpa Katsu. Where we're doing a kind of chill level grinding situation in an old game that I want to make a spiritual successor of. And so we are taking it slow on a 1.5 times experience server and trying to get a good feel for what the game was intended to be, what a lot of people consider to be the peak of the state of Ragnarok at the time. So I'll be back then. If I'm not, I'll try to do another makeup on Thursday like I did today for yesterday's stream. And I will, in the end, see you when I see you. Thank you so much for hanging out. And please be good to my friend Tibbs.